Hey everyone, so this is my review of Charmed, Season 1, Episode 10, called Keep Calm and Harry On. And essentially what this episode is about is that the sisters work to try and free Harry from Typhus and sort of encounter a lot of problems along the way. And this was a really, really entertaining and a great episode that I really enjoyed how the story sort of played out and how this episode finally did get back to a lot of the loose plot points. And it was just interesting to see how it all played out, even though bits and pieces of it were a little sloppy in my opinion. Where I enjoyed that they finally did get back to the Harbinger and how Alistair sort of caused it to go missing, and just seeing how all that played out was interesting, where they finally did get the reveal that the paint can that Charity had didn't actually contain the Harbinger, and sort of how the sisters worked to get the Harbinger from Alistair was really interesting, where they finally did sort of team up with Parker. And then all the moments between Alistair and Parker's mother was really great, with how their sort of relationship finally sort of got revealed a bit more in this episode, where how Parker's mother doesn't really like Alistair anymore and is very against working with him, but chooses to for her son. And just how all that played out was interesting. And then everything with Maggie was really great, with her sort of dealing with her emotional trauma of her fallout with Parker and choosing to use a spell to not feel anything, to get away from everything that she's feeling. And just how that sort of played out was interesting, especially once she finally did get banished to Typhus herself and sort of had all those emotions come back at once while also being in essentially hell. And just that was interesting to see how all that played out. Then everything with Harry was really great, with this episode finally sort of revealing bits and pieces more of his storyline and his backstory. And that was interesting to see, where it was shown that he was a sort of common criminal back when he was alive, and he was a criminal because of the fact that he was trying to gather all this different stuff to try and save his sick son. And that was interesting to see how that played out. I'm very curious to see sort of what's going to happen going forward now that Harry remembers a lot of his past, and I'm just really curious to see sort of where that's going to take his storyline. Then everything with Maisie and Galvin was really great, with Galvin continuing to sort of understand more of Maisie now that he knows that she's a witch. And I really enjoyed seeing their sort of team ups and stuff in this episode, and I'm very curious to see if there's going to come a time now in these episodes to come where Galvin's going to have to forget. And just I'm very curious to see how all that's going to play out. Then everything with Mel was really great, with her continuing to work with Arcana and trying to figure out what their plans are and stuff. And by this end of this episode was really great, with her finally sort of choosing the Arcana over the others. And I'm very interested to see how all that's going to play out going forward, as more stuff slowly starts to get revealed about what's actually going on. And then just overall, this was a really, really entertaining episode that definitely had a lot of really good moments to it, and it was just so much fun to watch and see how everything played out and how the sisters sort of continued to grow as a team. And just, yeah. So that's my review of Charmed, Season 1, Episode 10, called Keep Calm and Harry On. So